Good morning. What's happening? Appreciate you guys jumping into another episode of Expert Mentors Live. I believe this is episode 36. And man, we're going to talk a little financial freedom, help you guys really get the framework. The execution's all on you, but definitely giving you the framework, getting you some clarity so you can make some better choices moving forward into 2019 and beyond. And you know, that's really where it starts, right? You've got to have a new level of awareness. And then from that awareness, you can start making better choices. And that's really the goal for today, is to give you guys a solid framework to help you get to understanding what your number is, what your financial freedom number is, what's going to get you to absolute financial freedom, and give you a good structure. And then, you know, the execution's a whole nother conversation, but definitely make sure this will be a working session. So I know you guys all probably had the day off yesterday, enjoyed Christmas, but we're going to do a little work today, get back to work. And, you know, for those of you just checking, you know, maybe this is your first Expert Mentors episode. Like I said, this is episode 36, and this was just kind of a collection from some honey badgers and some of the fast forward movement rock stars that come together and really said, you know, guys, we've got an amazing group of talented people. And it might be one of the best collections of talent when you really dive deep into, you know, the honey badger community, fast forward communities. And so that's what Expert Mentors is. It's just tapping into the horsepower that we have and being able to give back and add value. And I really wanted to take one for everybody. Didn't want to have any other guests on, you know, right after Christmas. Hopefully everybody's enjoying time with family, and definitely take you through this process that is absolutely critical. It's something that we look at personally and we really build out. It's part of our personal strategic plans that we get crystal clear on, so we know the number and our choices that we're moving towards, right? So that's really what all it's about. It's about getting absolute clarity of where you're at and getting clear on where you want to go. And then we can put the plan in place to get you from here to there. And, you know, the thing is that most people won't take the time to get clear on both of them. And especially when it comes to finances. And most of the people on the financial side of things, they just love to stick their head in the sand, and they're not willing to own it, to get crystal clear on current reality and where things are at. And so, you know, that's the first step. And then what this framework's going to do today is going to get us to where we try to go. And what most people, you know, what happens is that most people will set this number here, but they don't believe that they can achieve it. They don't have a game plan. They don't have a framework in place to achieve it. So what happens is that they end up lowering their vision and their goals, ends up coming down and down and down and down until it's eventually their current reality. And that's where people get stuck, and that's where people stay. So it's really important to understand, you know, where you want to go, where you're at, and then the action that you're taking to get there, so that your perfect day just doesn't become your current reality. So buckle up, make sure you have your notepad handy, and we're going to jump in. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys. If you have any questions along the way, throw it in the chat, and we'll keep rocking and rolling from there. And I might have to come back and answer it towards the end, but I'll make sure that all the questions that you guys have get answered. And if you're watching the recording of this, man, feel free to shoot me a message. You know, post it in the Facebook group, whatever, man. We're here to really help you guys get clear, get unstuck, and make sure that you're accomplishing the things that you're wanting to accomplish. So let me share my screen with you guys. Okay, cool. So there's a picture of paradise there for you guys. That's part of our perfect day and what we're working towards, for sure. All right. So let's jump into this presentation. So like I said, I'm going to take you guys, we're going to be doing some work. So make sure that we have our framework. Make sure you have your notepad handy to be able to go through and do a little work here to help you guys get clear on your numbers. So financial freedom. So a really good question that we've really got to start with is, you know, what do we really want, right? What do you really want to achieve? What is it that you really want to accomplish? And what we have to also understand is that wealth does not come from having a certain amount of money. It comes from adopting a new set of beliefs, right? It's believing that you can achieve the things that you want to achieve. And then whatever financial success, you know, we expect, whatever mental picture we create, will manifest in our life. And it's really the visualization, being able to hear it, and then being able to, see it, speak it, hear it, internalize it is absolutely key. We must also cultivate an attitude of abundance rather than lack. Otherwise, and we could be wealthy, but we could never really feel nor enjoy it. Okay, I think we know a lot of people like that, right? That could be rich, could have the money, but if they don't have that abundance mentality and attitude, it's just not going to be fulfilling for them. So 5 lessons of wealth mastery. 1 is how to earn more. 2 is how to protect what you have. 3 is how to make your money grow. 4 is how to leverage your wealth. And 5 is, really how to enjoy yourself. And really what we're going to speak on today is looking at, the framework of where you need to go. And, we're just going to briefly touch on a high level on a lot of this. Okay. And so those are just 5 lessons of the wealth mastery that we all have to understand. And the last part there is really absolutely critical, right? How to enjoy yourself. And, definitely, one of our core values forever has been, work hard, play hard, have fun, enjoy ourselves. And I think that's why we align so well with the values of EXP, is because definitely one of their values is fun. And so just really make sure that you guys take that into consideration, and really making sure that you're enjoying yourself along this as you work through this process, right? So really important to understand. So let's touch on these key points here. Why more people aren't abundantly rich. Okay. 1, they never clearly and specifically define wealth. They just never take the time. They never get clear on it. And that's one of the exercise that we're going to do today. So hopefully we'll give you guys some clarity, or at least some awareness around it, so you can really get clear and define it, what it is for you. They make it a moving target. They don't set the number, right? We all have a number. And, really getting clear on what that target is absolutely critical. And so hopefully you guys will be able to get that target today, and then really help you moving into 2019 and beyond. Define it in ways that makes it feel possible that we want to achieve it, right? We usually do it and it's like, can't do that, right? They try to eat the elephant all in one bite instead of looking at it over a period of time and working your ways towards it. Don't believe they can really achieve it, right? We touched on that a little bit earlier, really getting clear and not believing it. So they move that target down to their current reality, and they stay stagnant, and they stay where they're at. They never make it an absolute must. It's never an absolute must. They don't have a realistic plan. And so that's kind of give you that framework today, so you can put that plan in place. They fail to follow through on their plan. They don't take action. They don't have somebody helping hold them accountable to their plan. Okay. They listen to experts and give experts the responsibility to make it work, rather than making themselves responsible. 100-0. They won't own it. And you have to own it in anything you do. And I think what you're picking up here is that a lot of these things that we're talking about apply to other equities of our life, right? We just happen to be talking about the financial side of things. This could also apply to, your personal life, definitely a lot of the other buckets. So it really applies. They give up when they face major challenges, right? Just like throw their hands in the air, right? They don't take ownership. They don't take responsibility. They won't keep moving forward. Conduct their lives like a business where they must have a profit at the end of each year. And, you probably have heard us say this quite a few times, but there's only one goal in business, and that's to make a profit. And, now it's another conversation what you do with that profit, but there is only one goal in business, and that's really to make a profit. We love, Greg Crabtree's formula, simple numbers, straight talk, big profits. We believe it's a must read for your business. There's another really good book that you can apply how you look at it with your business. Profit first, Mike, I can't think of his last name, but profit first, and get into the framework and his percentages, and profit your first, paying yourself, paying taxes, and then you have set percentages based upon that. So really looking at it, doing the work, right? Reaching out, and we'll touch on this in a little bit more here in a second, but really conducting your lives like a business where you have to have a profit at the end of each year. Allow other people's optimism or pessimism to affect the intelligent implementation of their plan. They allow other people's opinions and thoughts to stop them from executing on their plan. And then, at the end of the day, just never get good coaching, right? Never get good coaching, never get solid framework, and never get somebody to really hold you accountable as you work through your plan. So those are, some key points on why people are, just more people aren't abundantly rich. So 4 ways to accumulate wealth. 1 is to inherit wealth. 2 is to marry into wealth. Number 3 is win it. And then 4 is earn it. And I think a majority of us, especially a majority of us probably on this call, are really going to have to lean hard on number 4 and really work hard and earn the wealth that we're looking to create. So what does it take to truly achieve your financial goals? 1, you have to learn where you're at right now, right? What's that current reality? And, like I said, most people stick their head in the sand and they won't take the time to get clear on what it costs to run their lives and their business. What does it cost to break even? What's the absolute dollar amount, right? What are those $100, $50, $75, $250 charges on the credit card that are we getting a return on those dollars being spent? For the most part, no, right? Do we have a rhythm, a process in place to where we're constantly reviewing our financials? Most of the time, the answer is no. And I've had a unique opportunity over the last about to be 7 years now, working with Jay and Michael and NAEA and in the coaching side of things. I've had the unique opportunity to look at least at 500 clients in a one-on-one capacity, to where I've tried to uncover where they're, and this is where we start, right? Where are they at with their financials? And the sad reality is that less than 10% of those people truly know where their financials are, right? Most people, that I've had the opportunity to work with, they just run their business based upon what's in the checking account. They don't have a strict budget. They're not focused on revenue targets, right? Focused on profit targets. So that is a game changer once you get clear on it and you look at this and you execute and you run your business and your life on a plan that maintains profitability and growth. So 1, you got to get your head out of the sand. You got to know exactly where you're at right now. You've got to recognize and use the tools, techniques, and personal resources available to you. Guys, you're in this group, right? You're part of the Honey Badger Nation Fast Forward movement. And so take advantage of the amazing community that you have. There are some bad asses in this community. Take advantage of the resources that you have available to you. Jay Kinder pushes his calendar invite. He wants people on his calendar so he can talk to them and help them, right? And so just make sure that you understand everything that you have available to you and take advantage of it. Understand how to deal with any external factors that may blow you off course. We're all going to get blown off course. It's just as we grow, right? Growth sucks cash. So you have to understand that as you grow and you grow systematically, you grow smart, you understand how to play the cash flow game and really, how to deal with the seasonality of life, seasonality of business, and, making sure that, you're well protected and you know how to navigate those waters. And then ideally acquire a map from someone who has successfully completed this trip before you. Get a great role model, get a great mentor, right? Find somebody out there and ask them to mentor you through this process. Find somebody that's really achieved this and take advantage of that. People love to give. And, there's a great mental model that we talk a lot about. In fact, we've structured our mastermind this way, and it's from Frank Shamrock's MMA school, and it's the plus, the minus, and the equal. And what Frank teaches his students as they come in is that you have to immediately find your plus, minus, and equal. And your plus is your mentor, somebody that you look up to, somebody that you're striving towards. You know, your minus is somebody that's maybe a couple steps behind you that you can mentor and you can teach. You can be the teacher for them. And then the equal is somebody that's just running right beside you, that's pushing you every day. That's your accountability partner. That's the one that you're texting every day, making sure that you guys both accomplish the things in holding true to your commitments, getting crystal clear on your commitments. So where this applies, use that framework, use that plus, minus, and equal, and really, find that mentor that's going to take you along the journey. Find somebody that you can teach it to where you can internalize it, and then find somebody that's equal that can be accountability, man. Just the plus, minus, and equal. It works in every aspect of your life, and it should work here on the financial as well. So how much will it take, and how long will it take? So we're definitely going to tackle in on this first question, how much will it take? And so this is where, we want to grab our notepad, because we're going to be taking some notes as we go through here. We're going to do a little work. Okay. And obviously you'll have this replay, but I want to make sure that you write down these categories, because this is really important to get clear on these numbers. So the 6 levels of financial well-being are the financial protection, security, vitality, independence, freedom, and then absolute financial freedom. And these are the 6 levels. We start at level 1 and we work our way through it all. Okay. And, a lot of you listening in, you might be on different paths. You might be on different levels already. Right. But this is, like I said, this is the framework. And if you're already at independence or financial freedom, great. Are you mentoring somebody that might be at financial protection that you're going to bring along this path? Take them through this process and bring them on the journey with you. So let's talk financial protection. We're going to go through each one of these, each 6. So financial protection, it's minimum, and it's the first goal for everyone. Its purpose is to be absolutely certain, that's a key word, certain, that you and your family are protected no matter what short or long-term challenge may hit you or the economy. Okay, financial protection. So here's where we're going to do a little work. All right. So financial protection. What is the mortgage payment, your mortgage payment per month? What is your mortgage payment per month? What is our average utilities per month? What is our transportation, our average, including auto insurance, per month? Make sure your mortgage has, your insurance and taxes rolled in there as well. Food, it's the average food amount you're spending per month. And if you don't know this, guys, figure it out. You got to get it. Insurance, what type of health insurance, any disability, any other insurance that you have. And then 6 is private pension plan. So what that means is, what monies are you consistently making as an investment each and every month, right? Into whatever it may be. And then you add those up, and then that gives us our total monthly income necessary for protection. Okay. I'm going to throw some numbers in here so it'll make a little more sense, but I just want you to make sure that you grab that. And then, so your first goal for financial protection is the minimum amount of money I need to accumulate to be financially protected for 2 months. So it's 7 times 2. And then once we get there, then what do we got to do to get to 6 months? So it'd be 7 times 6. So let's take a look at those numbers here. So this example, let's say, mortgage payments, $2,500. Let's say utilities are $1,000, transportation, insurance, whatever's $1,000, food, insurance. This guy's investing $1,500 a month. So his total break even for these 6 categories is $8,500 a month. And so to be financially protected for 2 months would be the 17. And then for 6 months is 51. So the first goal is, 1, to get clear that you know these numbers. 2 is we've got to be able to get to a point to where we've got 17K, and then we've got 51 is going to be the next goal. So financial security is the second tier. So financial security is that we've achieved financial security when through various investments, we've accumulated a critical mass of capital that invested in a secure environment provides you with enough cash to meet the following needs forever without having to work again unless you choose to. Okay. This is level 2. So financial security. So it's the same 6 buckets. It's the same 5 buckets minus the 6th bucket. So what's our mortgage? What's our utilities? What's our transportation? What's our food? What's our insurance? It doesn't have the private pension plan, okay? Because what we're saying is that we've got money working for us where we've got money coming in, all right? So that's the amount of monthly income you need to be financially secure for life from line 6. And then what we would love is now we know what it has to be on an annual basis for that to happen. So let's go through our numbers again. 2,500, 1,000, 1,000, 1,500, 1,000. So it gives us 7. And then that's what we need coming in on a monthly basis, money working for us in some way or another that is allowing us to be secure for life, or 91,000 a year, right? We had 91,000 coming in a year for that you weren't trading time for dollars, and the money was coming in, you would be at financial security. Okay. All right. So let's move to level 3. And I'm moving through this pretty quick, guys. Like I said, we'll come back and answer any other questions after we get through this. And definitely you'll have the replay of this so you can go back and get this set up. Like I said, this is something that we look at it on an annual basis personally. Kinder, myself, this is definitely part of that plan that we look at. We get clear on our targets and making sure that we're doing the things that we need to do that's moving us towards that absolute financial freedom. So the 3rd level is financial vitality. So you have achieved financial vitality when through various investments, you've accumulated a critical mass of capital that invested in a secure environment provides you with enough cash to meet each of the goals for financial security, plus the following additional financial goals without ever having to work again unless you choose to. Okay. So remember our financial security number in this example is the 7,000 a month. So financial vitality, we're going to throw in some different expense items that we have in our lives. So what's the basic entertainment per month? Here's that private pension again. And if it's 0, it's 0. If you're not doing anything, cool. Maybe you want to start investing and saving, in something. And if you've still got young kiddos going to school or whatever, what's investing in their education, clothing or luxury items per month that you may want to have. And then you add that up, that'll get us our vitality number plus our security number will give us what we need on a monthly basis coming in, not trading time for dollars, for financial vitality. All right. So here's the example. So this guy spending 500, he's back to his 1,500. He's investing. He's going to put 500 towards his kid's education per month. He's saving, for clothes, luxury items, 500 a month. So he's total of 3,000 additional dollars plus his 7. Now he's to 10. So for him to for this example, this gentleman's going to need, the 10,000 a month coming in for the financial vitality, or about 120,000 a year coming in, not trading time for dollars, but money that's working for you. The next level is we're moving into financial independence. Okay. And so financial independence is when we've achieved financial, through various investments, we've accumulated a critical mass of capital that invested in a secure environment provides you with enough cash to live the exact same quality of life you have today without ever having to work again the rest of your life. All right. So this is important. This is what you must understand, what it costs you to live your life. What does it cost you to break even your current lifestyle? This is where you've got to lay the budget out. And I know most of the online banking tools, they allow you to label, it'll print reports for you to show how much you're spending. So it's just being disciplined to your money that'll allow you to have the clarity and understand the plan and what you're getting to work for you. So financial independence is achieved when your investments produce an income equal to your work income, right? What are you trading time for dollars? What does it cost you to maintain your current lifestyle? What is that number? Okay. And so an example, say this guy was 12.5. It's what it cost him to live his life the way his current lifestyle is, whatever it is, 12.5, or he needs about $150,000 a month coming in, not trading time for dollars to be able to have that financial independence for life. Okay. So financial independence. All right. So financial freedom. We're moving on. Where are we at? Fourth level here. So, sorry, we're at the fifth level, financial freedom, because absolute financial freedom comes next. So financial freedom is that we've achieved when we've accumulated enough critical mass to provide sufficient income for you to live the lifestyle you desire. It's key. It's the lifestyle you desire without ever having to work again for the rest of your life. So in order to have financial freedom, you not only your current monthly income, but enough income to also purchase other things you'd like to have but cannot currently afford. So we've got our new items. What's that new monthly? What's that gonna, kind of cost? What's that investment? What is that dollar amount? And then that'll be additional dollars we need. Plus, we already know what our financial independence number is, right? Remember in the example, it's 12.5. And then so we'll add those together and that'll give us our financial freedom number. Okay. And that's what we're working towards, right? What is our financial freedom number? How much annual income needed that we're not trading time for dollars to create financial freedom? So let's look at the example. So say this guy, he wants a beach house, $2,500 a month, 4 vacays, per year, so an average of $3,500 a month, some luxury items, whatever they may be, $2,000 a month on average. This guy likes to play golf. So he's got him $1,000 a month, golf memberships and, whatever he's spending, each month. It's got, about $1,000 a month. So we add those up. That gives us 9,000 additional plus our 12.5. Takes us to that 21,000 number. And times that on an annual basis, we know we need about 258,000 a year coming in. And in this situation, this example, this guy's going to reach financial freedom. And you got to keep in mind, guys, the numbers are your numbers. That's really, really important to remember. As you're going through and you're looking at this, make sure it's what you want, right? We talk about that from a goal setting perspective all the time, is that you have to make sure that your goals are your goals. If not, you're not going to put in the extra effort. You're not going to put in that silver bullet, which is effort, to accomplish the things that may be here if they're not you and they're not aligned to who you are and to your values. So that's how we get to financial freedom. And then the last step is going to be absolute financial freedom, which is the pinnacle of what we're really working towards. And this goal has been achieved when we've accumulated enough critical mass to provide an income that causes you to feel certain, there's that key word, feel certain, that you can do virtually whatever you want, whenever you want, wherever you want, with whomever you want, as much as you want, in a way that empowers you and others forever. This is what we're striving towards, right? And this is getting absolute clear what this number is. And you'll see here in a minute, we'll start looking at some of the ways, what it's going to take, what the things would be to get there. But this is the framework to get clear on that number. And that was really the objective and the goal for this episode, was to get you guys clear and get you thinking of what are all the ways to get to that point. So let's take a look at this again. So absolute financial freedom, list all the things you would have if you were absolutely financial free. Review your financial freedom list, right? And that can really kind of, replace your bucket list, essentially, is kind of what's in alignment to it. And the cool thing that you guys have to constantly be looking at, if you kind of know what this number is also taking a look at the health of that bucket list. Is it constantly, how healthy is that list? And is it really congruent to who you are, what you're wanting to accomplish, what you're wanting to experience, or not, right? So you got to constantly be looking at it. These are the things that make your vision board. And how healthy is that, right? How is it looking? And so it's just a great discipline, great exercise. It's a great time of the year, everybody kicking off a fresh start, to constantly, to have that, set it up if you don't, and be, reviewing it. So rewrite the things you'd still keep if you were absolutely financially free, and then add to your list all the new things that you want that are not on your financial freedom list. So this is an opportunity to reevaluate that list and establish how much of each of these new desires would cost per month. So let's take a look at it. So we've got the same framework. We're going to revisit it. And so maybe this guy wants a bigger beach house, or maybe he wants another beach house. But anyways, he's looking at about a $5,000 investment per month towards the beach house. This guy says, man, I want some exotic cars. I'm still want to make sure that we're doing the 4, amazing vacation experiences per year. And this guy just upped his golf memberships. Maybe he got a couple more. I don't know. But this is taking a look here, and you add them, add it up. We're at 12.5, whatever your number is, whatever your absolute financial number is, plus what we already know for financial independence. And then that's our new absolute financial freedom number. Okay. That's the new number. And that's what this guy in this situation, this example, yours is going to be different, but what is that absolute financial freedom number? If this guy had 25,000 coming in a month that he wasn't trading time for dollars, he would be absolutely financial free, or his annual number would be about 300,000. All right. So what does all of that mean? Right? Let's look at that. What are all the ways to get to my absolute financial freedom number? This was a great J. Abraham question that we learned early on, and this can be applied to, to any problem you're trying to solve. So, for us, we always want to look at what is the goal? What is it that we're wanting to accomplish? What is the roadblock, the challenge, the problem in our way? And then what are all the ways to solve it? And really, what is the constraint? And most of the time, a lot of the time, the constraint is usually on our thinking. So we have to start there, right? How are we thinking about this situation? And so this is just a great question. What are all the ways to solve this challenge? What are all the ways to get to your absolute financial freedom number? So to create this effective financial plan, we must determine how much critical mass we need in order to achieve the desired annual income. And so if you look, this guy in that situation, he was about 25, or he was about 300,000 a year. So he'd be a little less than 4 million in critical mass that was working at him. In this example at 8%, it can be 7%, 6%, whatever. You're just going to have to adjust. This is just an example. And so this guy is going to need a little less than 4 million in critical mass. That's bringing in, a little less than, right at 300,000, right at 25,000 a month for him to be absolutely financial free. Okay. So one, we have to understand the types of income that we have. Number one is earned income. That's what you guys are all probably doing. There's a handful of folks that I know in this community that they don't have to trade time for dollars anymore, right? They're already at further down the path than most. But earned income is just what you have, right? You're trading time for dollars, owning your business. It's really kind of what most of us are doing day to day. The other type of income is portfolio income. And, I just love to say you guys have insider information on this better than anybody, right? You have, insider information to be able to buy, sell, invest in real estate, flip, buy and hold. You're able to find the best deals. It's just making sure that your marketing message is attracting those offers, and you're in a situation to where you can, take advantage of those opportunities. I know for us, it was a process, right? We didn't start out as the investor when we were rocking and rolling in Lawton. In fact, what the process that we went through was that Jay found an investor that would find these deals and flip them over to the investor, and he would still be able to get the commissions. And then what happened about 6 to 9 months in, the investor kind of was a little wise to it. He's like, I bet you would work a little bit harder if you had an upside in these opportunities. I bet you would find us more. And of course, the answer is yes. And so became in a partner situation. And then over time, over a collection of years, there was enough to where, we didn't need the partner anymore. We became the investor. So, what are all of the ways, right? You ain't got to jump out there and be the investor. You can find it, get it over to the investor. You can partner with the investor. It's just don't limit your thinking, right? What are all the ways? And then third is the passive income opportunity. Most of you guys listening to this understand that, right? That's why one of the things that probably excited you as an additional opportunity of coming on board with EXP is that you've got that passive opportunity, right? So those are really, types of income that you have that you can execute on working towards your plan. So let's explore on this passive income opportunity. Let's dive a little bit deeper on it for a second. So cash to invest, if your number was $50,000 a month at 7%, if you were looking at, man, my absolute financial freedom number, I need $600,000 a year coming in, man, at $50,000 a month, that's my number. That's my number. Well, at 7%, you've got to have $8.77 million cash to invest. And so let's look at this next number. Let's say your business is running at a top line revenue of $2 million in revenue coming in. That's through commissions, transaction fees, vendor relations, whatever it is. That's your top line revenue. And I can tell you, like I said, I've had the opportunity to work with some amazing folks, still working with incredible people every day. And, the percentage of those that reach that 2 million in revenue mark, very, very slim, very slim. But those that do, they've really put in amazing structure and foundation. They've been fortunate enough to be in a higher price point market, where the average sales price is up there, which helps. So in this situation, 2 million top line revenue at 15% net profit before taxes. Okay. 15% before taxes. And at, being taxed on 25%, that gives them $225,000 in disposable income. Okay. If they wanted to take that disposable income and to hit their number, it would take them 38 years to get to that point. Now, there's a little exercise we do at the beginning of our boot camp that puts age into perspective. And so the average age for us guys in the States right now, I believe, is 79. It'll go up over time, but right now I believe it's 79. Being 41, that means statistically I've got 38 years left. And if this was my number, 38 years, I don't want to be pushing my business to do top line and revenue of 2 million with a 15% margin on a tax rate that gives me that. I don't want to do it. That's just, there's a better way. There's got to be a better way. And there is. And I think that's why a lot of you are on board with EXP, because there is a framework, there is an opportunity, there's a business model that allows you to achieve that absolute financial freedom. So one way to accelerate your guys' plan, one is get absolutely committed instead of just being interested. Get clear on your plan. Get clear on your plan. That's hopefully this framework will help get you started moving in the right direction. Believe and know that you can do it, because it is possible. There are people out there doing those things. You need to connect with them. They need to be your plus and help you accomplish it. You need to play with those people, right? You need to interact with those people. And then you've got to take action. Got to take action and focus on really great habits. That's the secret to success, is habits. And, we all have them, good, bad, focus on great habits and you will be able to achieve that. So cool. Hopefully that was helpful. And okay, awesome. Anthony Lee, he's definitely, he's well on this journey. So definitely inspiring. He's definitely a plus, especially when it comes to the portfolio side of things, and not before too long, it'll be on the passive side of things. So there's definitely a great plus for you out there within the Honey Badger community that you can reach out to. So, cool. Any other questions, comments, feedback that you guys have? And yeah, Anthony's right on, man. Passive is coming, and it's going to come fast for him. He's got the plan. So hopefully that was really helpful. This is like I said, for us, you know, I can just show you something real quick here, if you don't mind. I mean, this is not something that we just talk about. Heck yeah, you'll definitely have the link that we can share this. And I know we have the printout for those cards to where you guys can go through. So if we can find that attachment, throw it into the recording. But one thing that I want to show you guys is, so we've got our plan here, but one thing I want to show you guys, and this is really, so this is my personal legacy plan. This is what I work off of every quarter. It's no different than, what you guys have, for within your business. Hopefully you have it within your personal life. Financial game plan is a piece of it, right? Your life team's another piece of it. Gratitude list. And, man, I don't want to spoil it for you, but, man, this definition right here is something that I look at on a daily basis. And, on your last day on earth, the person you become will meet the person you could have become. And a buddy of ours shared that about 2 years ago, if not longer now. It's been a little longer than 2 years. And it's just something, man, I look at it every day, and it's just reminded of, I want to be a direct reflection. Or now my mindset is beyond, right? I want to be better than the person that I meet when that day comes. And I don't want to spoil it for you, but David Goggins' book, if you haven't read it, you want to challenge your mindset. It's a must. And you've got to go through the whole book, but the last 5 minutes were my favorite part. And he touches on that right there. And so definitely get clear. Make sure you're clear on your plan. Make sure the financial piece is part of it. And really take advantage of, like I said, at the beginning of the presentation, everything that you have available to you, take advantage of. It's absolutely there. And so cool, great question. So the first book on the business side of things is Greg Crabtree, and I'll just type it in here, Greg Crabtree, and it's simple numbers, straight talk, big profits. And so this was the number that it was a game changer for us in our business. And when we were in Lawton, and we were rocking and rolling, man. This was really, before things were really kicking off with the coaching side of things, and we were getting Jay out and not really understanding the dynamics and the numbers. And we stumbled on Greg Crabtree's book through Vern Harnish. If you're not getting Vern Harnish's weekly newsletter, you need to jump on and subscribe to that. And so he has his top 5 book recommendations. And in fact, if you get a copy of Vern's book, Scaling Up, Mastering the Rockefeller Habits was his first one that was really foundational on the strategic planning and understanding the business dynamics, for small business. And then the newer edition, which was called Scaling Up, there's a section in there on cash, and it was written with Greg. And Greg used to be a former IRS auditor, so he knows the ins and outs and understanding the small business dynamics. And he just has a formula that you follow. It's no different than, Dave Ramsey's formula. It's no different than, Mike with Profit First, his formula. But Greg's formula is the exact same formula that the sports teams use to run their salary cap. And it's just understanding, revenue, cost of sales out, minus, salaries, expenses, leaves profit. And, how you come to those numbers. And, for us, we always start with kind of what that revenue target is and what that profit target is. And then rest of the dollars are what we have available to put the best team on the field. And that's essentially the same thing with the sports teams and understanding the salary cap formula. So it's a must. It was a game changer for us. In fact, when we were introduced to Greg, we read his book, and like we always do, we flew Greg into Dallas and spent a full day with Greg. And he helped us dissect the coaching model, and then the real estate team model. And we've used his formula ever since. And he spoke at EGS a couple times. He spoke in front of our masterminds, and he just really breaks it down. And so how it applied to us is that we were doing over $1 million a year in Lawton, Oklahoma. Average sales price of, you guys have heard, about 120,000, maybe a little bit less that year. I think we were about 116 or 117 that year, average sales price. Here we were doing over $1 million in revenue, but yet our net profit was at almost a -2. It was about a -2%. I can pull the actual numbers, but it was close to -2% net profit that year. And then we applied Greg's formula, got right on the salary cap. So we were salary heavy. And when we made that adjustment within the next 9 months, maybe not even that long, we had grown it up over to 15%. I think we ended that year about 14.7, just a little shy of 15. So we had almost a 17% turnaround on profit just by applying the salary cap formula. And that's just one of the things that he talks about in the book. And then there's the, kind of the framework that we went through today, where we talked about, you got to hit the steps in the order. And that's the same thing with Greg, right? So on the business side, Ramsey has the same formula, right? But this really applies to small business, and it's just a great framework for you guys to get clear on your business. Apologize, I got a little construction going on next door, but hopefully that really helped you guys. Cool. Well, we'll get this call posted into the group. That way you guys have the link. You can share it. You can watch it again. We'll see if we can find those. And attach those templates. And I just challenge all of you guys to take the time, go through, get your plan in place, know what that number is. Everybody has a number. And what is that absolute financial freedom number? Getting the plan in place, finding your plus, minus, and equal, and really running towards it. Cool. Appreciate you guys. Kelly, thank you. Appreciate all you guys jumping on, and hopefully all you guys had a very Merry Christmas, and appreciate you taking the time and hanging out today.